Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Kaldheim draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section down below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback, and click that bell icon so you get notified when I post future videos. You can also check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And if you would like to support my content, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Or if you don't want to leave the YouTube channel, you can even now join the channel memberships. I set that up. There's going to be a join button below the video or on the channel homepage, and you can support my content that way. But yeah, so starting things off, we've got a Cosima, God of the Voyage. Both sides of this card are pretty good. The Omen Keel is nice if you're in the early game and you need to hit lands, and Cosima is also quite nice as just play it on turn 3. If it survives, you then have this like late game insurance policy, which is just really quite powerful. Sorry about that. So Cosima is probably going to be the first pick out of most packs. Blue is also a pretty strong color in this set, so I'm happy to start with Cosima. If I wasn't starting with Cosima, this pack gets a lot less powerful. Moving through the uncommons, Crush the Week's okay, but not where I want to be, really. I generally have more aggressive red decks that Crush the Week would be good against, and so I don't want to play it. Furia is a gold card, and I don't like to start with gold cards, and black-white's not the greatest color combo. I don't love the Trickster God's Heist. I think I'd play Mistwalker second out of this pack, and then maybe the Ravenous Lindworm. But it's pretty nice to start with a Cosima here. Following up the Cosima, there is Divine Gambit as an uncommon. This card really impressed me when I've been playing with it recently. Really, it was Ben Stark that kind of showed me the light on this one. When he recommended I play it, then I tried it out. It just performs really well. Even if you're an aggressive deck, you'll get to late game situations where you just need to remove their last blocker or something like that. And you like take out their Lindworm, hit them with all your stuff. It's still pretty effective. So I've been pretty happy playing the Divine Gambits in a lot of my decks, even the decks that I would conventionally not think it'd be good in. Here, though, I think I'm going to take Squash. Blue-red is often going to have some giants. I do want to try and make sure I play the Cosima, even though there's not a playable blue card in this pack. I'm not worried because the rare was taken. The rare could have been any color, and it just so happens that the only blue card is Strategic Planning. So I'm going to take the Squash. I think after that, though, I would probably take Divine Gambit over Iron Verdict, which is kind of a interesting spot, and the rest of the pack is kind of mediocre. The Squash is a fine follow-up. Moving on to pick 3. We have a pretty kind of good teaching moment here. We have Demon Bolt versus Poison the Cup as immediately the two most powerful cards in the pack. The rest of the cards are just a little bit weaker. The best blue card is Rune of Flight, which is a solid card. It's like not one that I'm unhappy playing. I'm not like overjoyed to play it, but it's not terrible. But it doesn't really go with what I have, and it's much worse than Poison the Cup and Demon Bolt. Here I am going to take Demon Bolt over Poison the Cup, mostly because I already have a red card. I think pack 1, pick 1, it's close, and you could justify Demon Bolt over Poison the Cup because red is better than black in this format. I think it's pretty widely agreed on. Just red's commons are slightly better. You get Squash, Frostbite, Tuscary Firewalker, the Helm, and so it's just nice to get another red card to follow up the Squash. Again, there's no good blue cards. We are seeing some white with the Raptor. Not really seeing a ton of Signals Master Scalds in the pack, but 2 good red cards here. Pretty nice place to be. We would like to play the Cosima, but we're by no means committed to doing so. Hey, Girola. Hello, Explode Things. And Kureha. Flying Omen Keel. That's kind of funny. So in this pack, the best red card is Rune of Speed because Vault Robber's not great. The next best cards are in white. I think that Story Seeker and Doomscar Oracle are both reasonable. I would probably take Story Seeker just because in the aggressive red decks you would rather have a 2-drop than a 3-drop. And Codespell Cleric is not a huge priority. There's another black card that goes for black-white. And Dragor Thought Thief. I think it's between Rune of Speed and Story Seeker. I'm going to take Rune of Speed, mostly because I don't really want to abandon this Cosima until I have to. Okay, Rewarded. Pretty nice there. And this is still okay if you play a more mid-rangey deck that can utilize a couple of equipments. It works well with Raven Wings and things like that. Fifth pick, Behold the Multiverse. Pretty nice to see. Binding the Old Gods is pretty far from where I am right now, so I'm not going to be able to take that. I do think it's a pretty good card, though. But Behold the Multiverse is a very good common. And setting ourselves up for blue-red. There's not a red card in this pack, which is slightly worrisome. I think after Behold the Multiverse, the next best card is probably Elderfang Disciple in terms of power level. I mean, not power level, but like power level plus playability, because getting into black-green would be tough. Elderfang is a little bit more manageable, but I probably would take Snow-Covered Island second. I don't know, because you do get some Frostbites or things that care about snow in blue-red sometimes, or an Icebind Pillar that you get later. We'll take the Behold, though. Okie doke. And now Augury Raven is probably the pick. Again, want to play the Cosima if possible. Lityara Kinseekers can work with Squash. Run Amok does go well in a lot of decks, but currently we have only one creature, so Run Amok's not really great in this particular deck. I will say Rune of Speed's not overly likely to make the cut. There is a Horizon Seeker and a Rimewood Falls, but our best cards are red. So I don't really see us abandoning our red cards at the moment. I'm just going to take Augury Raven. And now there are a couple green cards. There's a red-green land. And then there's like a Draugr Thought Thief, which is very replaceable. It's hard to be very subpar. It's just worse than it looked at first. I would say very subpar is an exaggeration. There's a difference between bad and card is worse than it looked. I think I'm probably going to take the land here. These cards are both like splashable-ish, but maybe if I want to splash, I want to make sure I get the land. And sometimes you'll just play a half on-color land. So red dried up a little bit. Green is looking decently open. Okay, not a single red or blue card really worth talking about in this pack. I guess we can speculate on Icehide Troll. White has seemed pretty open. We just didn't jump in on it, given that we started with Cosima that we wanted to play. But I'll take the Troll, I think. And now there's Crush the Weak, there's Seize the Spoils. Crush the Weak could be good. It doesn't currently kill any of my creatures, so this could be the exact deck where it thrives. Well, drawing a card is a huge game, Freecorn. I don't think that's like a... Like, if this drew a card, it would obviously be nutso. Depart the Realm is fine as well, but I think Crush the Weak could actually be good in this deck, and so it'll be fun to try it out. Wow, Divine Gambit came back. Would I ever transition towards black? Maybe if I opened some absurd black card. I guess I could transition to white for similar reasons. White has seemed more open too, so I'm just going to take the white card. I don't love Breakneck Berserker in this deck, but I guess I might need playables. I do see that white has been open, but like, we're still not missing out on all that much. Okay, I guess we'll take a green card just in case. And last pick, Story Seeker. Yeah, white is definitely open there. Okay, though. Now we're in pack 2. We have some options. I will say Breakneck Berserker is not looking overly likely. Rune of Speed and Draugr Thought Thief all looking less likely. But they're all potential playables that we'll keep in mind. Starting off this pack, I'm initially choosing between Inga and Augury Raven. Tuskeri Firewalker is a little bit better when you have more, shall we say, aggressive decks, because you want to be attacking with it, and these cards are like better at blocking. This card's more aggressive as well. Inga's pretty nice if we have cards like Squash and Demon Bolt, because you can like trade it, and then with the trigger on the stack, kill something, which is pretty scary. The Scry 3 can also set some things up nicely, so I think I'm going to take it over the Augury Raven, even though Augury Raven does give us some nice early plays. I'm actually not sure on this. I'm actually going to take Augury Raven. I like the cheaper play. The option to foretell this is really quite nice. And now, I never pass Basalt Ravager pretty much. I like this card too much. It's just really good. Even if you're only doing like 1 point of damage, you can often kill something. And oftentimes you'll do 2 or a little bit more. Inga with Crush doesn't work because it exiles. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Squash is also reasonable, but I like Ravager a lot. I think I go Ravager, Squash. Even though I don't have any Giants yet, I'm hopefully going to get some Mistwalkers. And having 5 mana to kill anything is not that unreasonable. And then Augury Raven in 3rd place, and then Snow Island 4th place, I think, over the Firewalker. Firewalker probably beats out Island still. Basalt is Bay. There was like a draft that Limited Resources did on one of their episodes where they talked about how they were going to take like a card over Ravager. It was some like really medium card too. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, no, you can't do this. You can't do this to me. Ravager's just so good. Okie doke. And now there is a Demon Bolt. I was like looking at the pack. I was like, where are the blue and red cards? Please, please. Blood Sky Massacre is great. We do already have Cosima, 2 Augury Ravens Behold, so I don't think we want to switch into black. I guess it would let us play Breakneck and Rune of Speed. But then we'd lose out on Crush the Weak. And we are getting a Demon Bolt regardless, so I'm just going to take the Demon Bolt. Hey, Rovelsk. I would really like to get a copy of our good friend Agar. We got another Demon Bolt here. Agar would be unreal in this deck. Triple Demon Bolt is more Demon Bolts than I've ever had. Why not Frostbite Arcanist? Yeah, just having 3 bolts is really good. And then we can win with Augury Ravens or stall for Cosima stuff. So we're in good shape here. Okie doke. So now I don't think we need Provoke the Trolls when we already have triple Demon Bolt and Squash. So we're probably good. We don't need to play clunky removal. I will say that Carful Harbinger could be pretty nice in this deck. Because we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Foretell cards. So we can use this for mana pretty effectively. Disdainful Stroke would also be fine. That might wheel, and I probably only want 1 copy of it. But I will say that this card would be reasonable. But with 7 Foretell cards, we're going to be able to use this for mana a decent amount of the time. So I think I'm going to take it here. Also a nice early blocker. Okay, so here there's a Raven form, but our deck, I guess our deck has 2 Augury Ravens and a Crush the Weak and a Basalt Ravager to pick off the Raven. But we already have so much removal that I don't really need to put Raven form in the deck. The card that I'm actually most considering, which is kind of funny because we have 5 creatures, is this Tormentor's Helm, because with Rune of Speed, it's nice to have a card like Tormentor's Helm. So between these two, I'm probably not a Tormentor's Helm deck, though. I'll just take the Raven form just in case. And now there's a Craven Hulk versus Seize the Spoils. Craven Hulk can't block very well, but I do want some Giants to work with any squashes that I get. And I already have a Draugr Thought Thief that I'm not currently playing. Looks like I don't need to worry about getting Raven forms. They all just come to me later. Craven Hulk not being able to block is kind of annoying. Ooh, Frostbite. Even though this is never going to deal 3 damage for me, it's still like fine as just a shock variant. Because I already have stuff to deal with mid-sized threats, 1 thing to deal with a big threat, and then now 1 thing to deal with a small threat. So I will say red is wildly open. And so we can just kind of flavor it with the Cosima package. So now I think I'm just going to take the Kinseekers. I don't really need another Breakneck Berserker. And this can sometimes get another counter if I have like my couple Ravens in play or something like that. Now I'll take Firewalker. It's like a card draw spell sometimes. I don't think I really want reinforcements. So I'm glad I have the Foretell cards over the Inga, because Inga would just be clunky, I think. But this card's pretty reasonable, even though it's not the perfect fit. Ah, what the heck is this? Oh my gosh, I did not mean to click on that. Whew, scared the heck out of me. I don't know why. Let's see if anyone I know is in the pod, or if someone is drafting and they're like, oh man, I'm in the pod with Nikolai, and they're watching the video. Okay, we'll take Raven Wings. If we think we need an extra win con. Ooh, we got the trolls back. Just what we needed, obviously. Okay, we'll take it with the Omen Pass, because why not? Oh, yes. Well, you know what they say. All skill, every day. With great skill comes great responsibility. Not much else to say here. We're taking Alrund. Kind of a nice pickup, gotta be said. Magic is so easy. If we weren't taking this, we would take Behold the Multiverse just to keep fueling our cards, which would also be a good pickup. Mistwalker would be a good pickup as well, but obviously taking the Alrund. I foresee us not casting Haka all that much. I mean, we might need early blockers, but let's just see what we're going to name. Like, we have 8 creatures, we have 8 instants, so we can name instant a lot of the time, which might be cool. And now we get a Glimpse the Cosmos. I will say Turgid and Turgid's Lantern in particular are terrifying for a lot of control decks, but we're not really looking to splash. We already have a ton of power, and we have a couple of giants. And this card's just excellent. Helps us find our Alrund more, our Cosima more. If we ever let Yara Kinseekers and get the counter because of gods, that would be pretty funny. I'm not a huge fan of Invasion of Giants. I don't really like putting like clunky giants like Cinderheart into the deck. We might wield a Disdainful Stroke, which could be nice. They're clearly not playing black, or they would have taken Turgid, so that's kind of an obvious signal at that point. Oh, yes! Yes! Boom! Oh, this is the dream. This card is so good in our deck. Oh my gosh. Like, sure, Behold the Multiverse is great, but like, triple Demon Bolt with Agar is just devastating. Oh my gosh, we are just going to dumpster, folks. This is unreal. This is not fair. It's not humane, but it is awesome. And now, oh, close pick. Okay, so here the pick is between Mistwalker and Squash. We have Frostbite, Triple Demon Bolt, and Squash. We have 1 giant, 2 giant, 3 giant, 4 giant to make things cost less. Oh, it's so close, because I do like getting a Mistwalker as a defensive body. But I think I'm just going to take the Squash. It's so tough. It's a tough pick for sure. Tough pick. I have so many card draw spells. People are saying Squash is going to wheel. Squash does not wheel, my amigos and amigas. Take Firewalker over pick here. I'm not going to play Goldvein pick here. I will say it's harder to get removal than it is to get... I'm just going to take the rare to build the collection. I'm not going to play any of the other cards. Immersturm Raider, I can play that. I'll play it over, like, taking a meadow or something. Depart the Realm. Invasion of Giants. Did that get any better in my deck? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 giants. Probably would play it over a third to Scary Firewalker. I have Invasion rated at like a D currently. I actually kind of hate the card. So I'm probably not going to play it, but I don't think I'm going to play a third Firewalker. I'm going to take a Scorn Effigy now. Maybe I'll play that. Wow, 3 Scorn Effigies if we want them. Okay. So we have currently got 17 lands, which seems reasonable. We probably don't want this Raven form. We just have so much removal. Could play Run Ashore, but that's just a clunky option as well. How's the colors? 13-10, so 9-8 seems perfect. Similar Raider is probably a necessary evil. Crush the Weak is just great in this deck. It kills some of our stuff, but it's going to kill way more of the opponent's things. How many creatures did we end up with? 12? We could play... So the options currently are 1 Scorn Effigy, an Invasion of the Giants. We could cut Depart the Realms, that's for sure, but I think we have enough card advantage with this Agar, the Alrund, Cosima, that it's probably better to just play the cheaper option over the Run Ashore. Typically, I would play Run Ashore over it, but we have so many card advantage options that just getting a cheap thing is nice. Looking at what Chad has to say. I think it's between Scorn Effigy and Invasion. I generally haven't been a fan of this card, so I'm gonna put in the Scorn Effigy. Just to get another blocker in there. Now I'm up to 13 creatures. I'm chilling. Scorn Effigy is not the greatest, but it does the job decently. This card is decent, but I think Firewalker is better. I think 3-drops that don't die to Crush the Weak would ideally be better, but so maybe I'd rather have a Scorn Effigy than a Firewalker, but I don't think that's true. So I think we're gonna run it like this, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support me and my content at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special thanks to those who support at the credits level. It has grown to such a point where there are now 2 columns of patron credit, folks, and I really do appreciate all of the people who help me continue producing high-quality content on a consistent basis. If you think that my videos have provided you with some value, you can find more information about what it means to become a patron at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. As I said before, it is flexible. It can be for any amount that you want each month, and it can be canceled at any time, so there's no long-term commitment if you have an unstable situation budgetary-wise. But I really do want to thank all of the patrons who support me, and without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We have a good hand here on the draw. Yeah, that's what I mean. We saw 2 Beholds, but like opening a Behold doesn't really view it as a signal. I mean, okay, we do not really care about Oxen. I think I'm gonna play the... So next turn I'm gonna play Jamming Cosima, probably. So that means I'd probably rather get the removal spell to make up for tempo loss.
Thank you so much for your content.
Thank you so much for the support, Hamlos. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we can now just play Cosima. Or we could foretell the Raven and kill the Gold Maw. I like that plan better. Because if we don't hit a land drop, we'd rather just be able to play a 3/3 next turn. Or play our Cosima and not have to have it immediately block and stuff. Also, just jamming Craven Hulk is very appealing. So that we can then squash stuff. Okay, Resplendent Marshal. Sure, sure. I'm going to play Craven Hulk this turn. The next turn I can Augury Raven and Squash. I'm probably not going to bother squashing the Giant Ox. I will squash the Resplendent Marshal. After they put another counter on it, maybe. So they could have +4/+4, but I don't think they have that. I guess this is kind of a bad attack, because if they have the deal 5 or something. There's not much they could have that punishes this. We can Frostbite the Ox next turn. They aren't going to expect us to have anything, and then we can play Cosima or something. Okie doke. Depart the realm. Pretty happy that it's depart instead of run ashore here. So we're going to lose our Craven Hulk here. Never mind. We're going to... Okay, resolve, damage. We don't really want to... We don't really care about frostbiting this because we don't really care about it as much. So their thing killed our 4-drop, but it was after a little bit. And we saved our guy with Depart the Realm. Now we get to shock that. Oh, my bird-like friend. So they don't have the Hexproof card. They have a lot of land. They have a lot of spells in hand, so I'm going to try to use this to get some card advantage. Because this game's going to last for a while longer, I'd say. Yeah, I'll exile it. I could also just zap this. That seems reasonable to me. They haven't really demonstrated a Snakeskin Veil type of situation here. I also could just do this. I don't think they have a way to penetrate the 3/3. It is impenetrable defense. They've been missing lands for a while here. They can deal 5 to this, maybe. Okay. So they have 4 spells in hand. We have 2. Thanks, Girolo. Okay, so now they have 4 spells. Every land we draw is pretty nice because of our Cosima. We're going to want to kill that for sure. Huh. I don't really want to waste this on killing a Beskir Shieldmate that's already so blanked by the Harbinger, and this gets blanked by the Ox. So I'm going to save this for now. What I am going to do is... I have 6 mana, essentially. I'm just going to kill this now. That's what I'll do. That'll show him. What was the situation between Scorn, Effigy, and Invasion? Invasion would probably be better here, but like having a 2/3 blocker is also not bad here. Just because late game scrying is nice, but now I'm pretty happy that I have Scorn, Effigy. So this is a wizard, and this is a wizard, so that lets me deal extra damage. I'm glad that I didn't just kill the 2/1. Yes, I would like to put a Voyage counter. And then I will play my 2/3. I'm mostly worried about them having a flyer or something. Because I can just trade this thing for the Mentor, and this thing holds back the other guys. Because I'm going to kill it anyway, and I don't want them to top deck a Snakeskin Veil tune in, because then I'm screwed. And they have, I mean, the game's going to last a while, so it's not like the wasted mana is going to hurt them as much, I don't think. Again, we're going to wait on these things. I could have foretold this, though. That is fair. Dope. And then I got punished, right? Because I don't have enough mana. No, I have enough mana. Perfect. Because the 3/6 is actually a problem. I'm going to have my Harbinger tap for turn, so I'm going to take an extra 2 damage that I didn't need to take, but I think it's still worth it. I should have foretold the Demon Bolt, is what I'm saying. I just didn't even... for some reason, I just blanked on doing that. Sometimes it's best not to reveal information, but they probably would... they're not playing around Demon Bolt anyway. So I can do 2 to the Godsoul Guardian, and then 4 to the Godsoul Guardian. Perfect. So I'm taking an extra 2 as a result of my error, but I'm okay with that. And Firewalker's looking pretty good here. I'm glad I have a couple of these in the deck. Okay. I'm glad I killed that 3/6. They didn't attack. Ooh, Agar. We'll get the Agar out there. I don't think they have removal. They would have probably used it like a fight spell. I guess they wouldn't have had to use a fight spell. This could be the fight spell. They might use that to fight these guys. But then I'll still draw a card. Oh, okay. Well, that's yikes. Not getting to cantrip is a little bit irritating, but I'm gonna hold full control. Go to combat. Attack. Boast. See what we hit first. There we go. And then they can block with Master's Called, and then I can cantrip by drawing a card off my team gold. I think that's best. Because otherwise I'm just trading for a 2-1. I might still trade just for a 2-1. This way I at least trade this thing for an extra card. Okay, that's reasonable. That's a fine block by them. I'm going to put one more counter on the Cosima. It's just going to die to this thing anyway. I'm fine trading this 4-2 for that. And then I'm just going to... I kind of want to just hold this in my hand. I feel like this might be a fight spell, in which case I can blow them out. And they were less likely to play around it if it's in my hand. So now I'm one land away from getting this back. Okay, what are they? They also could target Master Scald, and then I get an extra value out of that. Perfect. Eking out our value where we can, as they say. Colossal Plow, sure thing, bud. I do not mind. I have a thing that can trade with it. Oh, yes. Giants. Or wizards. Whichever one floats your boat. Okay, V battlefield. Is that good for me? It kills my guy, and it kills 2 of their guys. But this thing's going to trade for the plow this turn. No, I don't draw 2 cards because this thing, when it dies. Oh. Is dealt excess damage. Oh, that does draw me 2 cards. Good call out. I thought it was when it dies. Well, that's easily staying on top then. Good call, good call, good call. No attacks. Hopefully I can trade this thing for the plow. Where are they putting the counter? I might not even draw 2. It's okay, explode things. It was not a personal slight. So I'm only going to draw 1 card now, but... I can attack in with this guy too, and if they just block with that... Oh, satisfaction. Already I'll draw a card if they attack in here, because I do excess damage to it. And now this thing is completely painless to me. Oh, this is so satisfying. Oh, now they can kill Agar, but it's gonna get its time in the sun here. Okay, Godsaw Guardian, sure. Braggart. Okay, so I think it's fine to do this first. See what we hit here. Off of our extra card. Well, that's a card. I think I will bring back the Cosima now. To draw 3. Yeah. It will die to this. So I have 13 creatures in the deck. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 creatures down. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Counted that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 creatures. So I only have 2 creatures left in the deck. So this should probably name instant, right? Probably. Or alternately, I don't want it to die, so I just name something that I don't have in my deck. That's probably best, because I want them to have to kill Cosima with this. Yeah, we have 10 cards left. I'm fine. I'm going to name enchantment just so that they can't kill my Alrund. Okay, we'll put that on the bottom. I have 10 cards. I'm fine. Hopefully. I hope Alrund can carry me here. Playing the bird doesn't kill them in time if you're worried about clock, really. Because it hits them for 2, then I have to... I guess I just replay it every turn. So I draw a card. Now this is a 5/5, and it'll be a 6/6. Hitting them for 6 feels better than like 2 over a bunch of turns. I still have 2 creatures in the deck. End turn. I can name creature. Immersturm, sure. So I know the bottom 3 cards in my library. One of these is probably a Demon Bolt, right? Ooh, they concede! Wow, what did I have left in my deck? I had a Demon Bolt, I think. I used 1, 2... Yeah, no, I used all Demon Bolts, all my Squashes, and my Frostbite, and my Depart. I have 8 instants, so I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... So I had 1 instant left in the deck, and I had a Tuskeri Firewalker. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I had 4 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Behold. 5. Tuskeri Firewalker. And then 1 more card. So it might have actually been tough to beat them. I'm just as a mental exercise trying to remember what the last card I had was. What was my last card? Oh, man. I can look it up, I know, but I'm just trying to quiz myself. It's not a 5-mana play. It's not a 4. Maybe it is one of my 4-drops. I have a lot of 4-drops in the deck. Oh. Time to just double check what it was. I don't know what it was. I'm sure as soon as I see it, I'll remember, though. Or hopefully I will. It was Glimpse the Cosmos, so that would have been pretty useless. Yeah, I totally forgot I had that card. So yeah, maybe I was kind of close to losing that game. Certainly closer than I would have liked. I don't have that many threats, I guess, other than, like... I guess because they had that card that kept on killing all my stuff. Another good hand. I don't think decking is going to be a concern most rounds, because we can just win with our tons of removal. They just had a lot of blockers that I couldn't attack through really that well. So many 6 toughness cards. It's close on whether or not I want to do this. I think I am. No, I'm just going to do this. Start the pressure. All this decking, 1 game in. Yeah, okay. Raptor. Okay, and now I can just... I can just foretell again. and then double Raven next turn. Or I can just play this Raven and then play the next Raven the next turn. That seems better. I know Firewalker's technically more efficient, but this card doesn't really get good until, like, 5 lands or something. I have never been #1 Mythic. I don't generally play enough to get to Mythic, even. I do, like, on average, less than a draft a day. Pretty much all of the games that you see on my YouTube channel are the ones that I play. So, Gold Maw. Yeah, I probably should have done this the opposite order. The reason I'm doing it like this is because now they can't do anything. They'll maybe attack and use Gold Maw Champion if they really want to push damage. Then I can Ravager their Battlefield Raptor and hit them for 6 in the air. This game has been really just about me setting up for this Basalt Ravager to kill Battlefield Raptor, so it might have been a gamble to get it tapped so it could die to an iron price, but I'll find a use for the Ravager. Never fear. I do Vintage Cube sometimes. I don't love Vintage Cube as a format, but I've played it sometimes. Certainly not blocking. They might have a Feed the Serpent, which would save the Battlefield Raptor. I'm not being very mana efficient here. They can only do this at sorcery speed, folks. No, because then I get exposed to Iron Price. I mean, Iron Price. Or Iron Verdict, or whatever. Or something like this. Okay, so next turn I can Glimpse the Cosmos to look for a Frostbite or a Demon Bolt. They're just fine with the trade. I have other giants that I can use to flash that back with. And that card's annoying. Huh, Alrund. Still have all my instants. They could have removal, though. Probably safer to do this. Looking for a Demon Bolt. I have 3 in the deck. Or I could just play like a 7/7. I guess I'll do this. Instant. So I missed out on Agar, but I did hit the Demon Bolt that I wanted. Goodbye, sweet Agar. I had 8 instants in the deck. I hadn't used any yet, so my odds are pretty nice. I could have a combat trick. This is getting me a lot of value every turn. I'm just going to do that. Sure. I don't really need the land, and I have Cosima. So I'm going to end the turn, and now I'm going to name creature, because I have more creatures in the deck still, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures, so I have 8 creatures left, and I have 7 instants. So I'm slightly more likely to creature, but one of the creatures is on the bottom, so I'm 50-50. And I would probably rather hit instants. Okay, I missed on both of them anyway. Do I not get to choose the order they go in? In any order. Why doesn't it let me choose? I guess I needed to click on that window. Sure, Draugr Helm. That's nice. Might just kill them on the spot. So now creature is more favorable. I can cast a lot of the spells that I could draw. There we go. So now I put 2 creatures on the bottom, so it's again 50-50, because I drew I have 2 instants now, and I just put 2 creatures on the bottom. Do I ever say land with Alrund? I could say land. I don't really need lands, though, so drawing a land doesn't really help me other than making the Alrund bigger, and he's already kind of big enough. So no, I'm not really going to say land at this point. If I had a Cosima that I really needed to get land for, I could say land. But I'd rather just draw a real meaningful card, if that makes sense. Ooh, got the win. The deck is doing quite well. It is a bit of a grindy deck, shall we say. Chat, I cooked the most incredible chuck roast the other day, which is basically like a beef roast, and it was incredible. Here's the deck for anyone just tuning in. So far, pretty happy with the configuration. The Scorn Effigy is totally fine. I'll check it out after this game, Sujav. I want to get through a third match. Okay, well, this is a good hand. Agar on turn 3 after playing a 2-drop. Feels great. My friend sent me a crock pot, and so I used that. Wow, drawing Alrund, nice. I gave him my address, and he mailed me a crock pot, which is like a very kind gift. I liked it a lot. And here we're gonna play Raider and discard Kinseekers, or we could discard Depart the Realm. I'm gonna get rid of Seekers, I think. I do enjoy cooking. Favorite dishes? One of my specialities is fried eggs. Just a classic dish. This could be a Demon Bolt, which makes me unhappy, but then it won't be able to kill my Alrund. I could just use this as a cantrip and trade. But I will be patient. Agar is incredible, so. Never fear. Do they have village rights? Oh gosh, really? Get wrecked, Nikolai. It's like a big cooking pot, Harmless. And it like, I don't know. Oh, man. Well, that's a bummer. I guess I should have taken my value while I could get it. Okay, so let's see. View battlefield. 2 creatures. 3 creatures. 4 creatures. 5 creatures. I have 8 creatures left in the deck, and I have 6 instants. So I'm going to name creature. I don't need lands, as you can see. Boom! There's an Augury Raven. You don't put it in the stove, yeah. It's electric. I'm gonna do it like this so I can hold up this to protect my Alrund. So view battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. So I have 6 creatures left in the deck. And I have 6 creatures left in the deck, and I have 6 instants left in the deck. 3, 4, 6, 7. I would rather draw instants generally. Whiffed on the Basalt Ravager. Also, why does it auto-order them? I don't want it to auto-order them. Sure. Get wrecked. They should have done that the opposite order, or maybe they just drew it. Regardless, I'm okay with this. We'll see what we find off this. If it's a land, it's perfect. So we just put a creature on the bottom, which means instants are more likely. We're back on the menu, shall we say. Oh, nice. Yeah, for like slow cooking. Ooh. Who wins away from Diamond? I'll see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We're 3-0, battling it out. We're probably going to do this on turn 2, so we can then play this and this on turn 3. If we don't hit a land, we might foretell this on turn 3, so we can make sure we hit a land on by turn 4. We do want to make sure we hit our land drops. On turn 3, we're just going to jam the Firewalker. We could just jam Scorn Effigy as well, depending on what they play. They're playing a 3-color deck. Ooh, we're just going to jam Scorn Effigy, because we're probably trading. Come at me, bro. You might think my deck is bad and that I'm bad because I did this on turn 3, but there's always a strategy. Effigy seems like trash. Look at this. It's about to trade for a Grimdrauger. How can you possibly say something of this caliber is trash? I don't understand. Yo no comprende. Well, if they spend their turn pumping the Grimdrauger, I'm probably in good shape anyway. Sure, if they give it Menace, but then they're taking off their entire turn 4 pretty much. Oh, tú no comprendes. Tú no comprendes. Thank you. I definitely messed up the conjugation and the tú versus yo form. I'm playing Effigy for a very specific reason, chat. It's so I can name Artifact on Alrund. Look at this. It's going to trade for the Grimdrauger. Look at him go. Gosh. I'm playing the Scorn Effigy because my late game is so good that I just wanted another early drop. And I can foretell this on turn 2 and then be totally chilling with a 2-3. And a 3-mana 2-3 is not the worst card ever. Okay. Come at me, Brohim. I'm ready. I just don't want to take damage. Yep, that's fine. My guy now holds off their 1/1s. Pretty effectively. Oh no! That's not great. Yeah, it also doesn't die to Crush the Weak. Oh, imagine if I'd drawn Crush the Weak that turn. Oh, how satisfying. So they're going to draw 3 cards here, and I'm going to get to eat this, trade with this. And I'll get a good block off on it, too. I can go double block there, block there. Well, these seem like the best blocks. I only take 2 damage. They could have a removal spell, but I don't even get wrecked by a removal spell here. I would just lose the Harbinger. So they trade a lot of board presence there. No creatures would die. I guess that's fair. I care more about the Grimdrauger, though. By a lot. Because if they like start bumping that up, it's scary. I don't know. Oh, this is zombie, this is human. I guess I can cast this and play this. I'm just going to play this 2-4. I'm certainly drawing the underpowered half of my deck. And this thing's already basically dead because it can't attack into these creatures too. I don't know. The terrors of the red mana. They have 5 cards. I'm going to have 4 cards, so I'm chilling. Not kind. Hit a 5-drop. Oh man. Haha, they can't use the land. So I've used 1 instant. I've got 1 instant, 2 instants, 3 instants used, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 instants left, and I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 5 instants and 7 creatures. So I'm gonna name creature with this. I could foretell this, but I don't want to because I want to stay safe against this two. I probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna name creature. Boom, Agar. You love to see it. You love to see it. I need to try holding full control next turn. Sure thing. That's fair. Demon Bolt is certainly a card that could be splashing. Kiddo. Agar. Demon Bolt. Combat 5. I'm kind of afraid of a discard spell, so I'm just gonna. So I've used. I have 1, 2. I'm just gonna name creature again. Boom. His streak of dominance continues. On some of the maps, if you click certain things, stuff happens to keep you entertained while you're waiting. Currently, all I can do is annoy my opponent's pet. Ah, Sarolf, no! The horror! Oh, well. That's funny. I was planning on attacking anyway. Get wrecked, buddy. Wow, I already have a couple wizards, so this can deal 3. Well, that's perfect. I guess my reign of terror with Agar is over. I probably, I don't know. They managed to kill Agar probably, at long last. If I'd been playing my lands more, I could have been in okay shape there. Okay, I could just leave them with the 2/3 and draw an extra card off of Agar. Yeah, control for science. Good point. Yep. I could just do 3 to this thing and they get a 2/3, but I get to draw another card. I already have enough cards, so I'm just gonna kill the 3/2. Hold full control. I'm gonna play this land so I can double Augury Raven next turn. Resolve. So I put 2 more instants on the bottom, right? I put 1 on the bottom. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 3 instants left, and I have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 3 instants left and 3 creatures left. Doesn't give me great odds. I'd probably still rather just draw like removals and stuff. Yep, now I do get to choose the order if I hold full control. My streak continues. I probably should have held up red mana for this exact reason. And just like that, chat, we are 1 win away from Diamond. The incredible, the amazing, the Houdini-like performance. So, like, I made a video the other day where I talked about comparisons between Magic, the Gathering, and poker. And the one thing I was mostly talking about, it was pretty much just one comparison because I didn't want to make an overly long video. But the comparison was mainly that you got to do the best with what you're given. And in this draft, I opened up Cosima and Alorand, so getting a good record is pretty good to do when you get drafts like this where you just open really well and you find the colors pretty easily. Well, we're crushing it. Let's go. So next we can start with Harbinger into Glimpse plus Foretell plus into Agar plus Use. So we're kind of in great shape here. If we were on the play, I'd pretty much guarantee a win, almost, barring some absurd bomb. But being on the draw, we're still very, very good shape. Harbinger's going to be great in this opener. So I can take that. You might be wondering why I didn't just immediately kill this. They only have 1 snowland right now, and if at this point in the game they decide to just hold up double snow mana forever, they're going to be in real bad shape. And I can kill it next turn. This is just way more mana efficient and stuff. They didn't have their second color, and they were missing lands. I do have a few kind of... We know they have all spells in hand, so... I wouldn't say it's over. They might just never block my Agar. Come on. Block the Agar. I know you want to, buddy. Come on. You don't want to take 3 damage. It could be a bluff attack. You never know. Oh, they blocked the 1. Yeah, it's reasonable. Very reasonable. I could have played Teskari, but Teskari can't attack into Spirit of the Alder Guard. Oh, that's such a nice sound effect. That was a big draw. That was a big draw. That was a man's draw. Not to say that anything about any gender there. I just thought it would be kind of fun to say, but then I realized that it sounded not great after I said it. So I apologize for any confusion caused by my statements. Okay, doke. Well, it was mostly just that one. I mean, there's definitely similarities in mental aspects, Capio. It was mostly about that one thing that I was focusing on. It was a frog's draw. Yes, exactly. Oh, kidoke. Here we go, down the street, attacking our opponents for damage. La da da dee. Another card, another place. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 instance used. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. So 3 instance, we have 5 left. 7 creatures, we have 6 creatures left. Have we done any scrying? We scryed a lot of lands at the bottom, or somehow the lands got to the bottom. I totally forget how that happened. How did the lands go to the bottom? Oh, we saw them with glimpse. So that means we're slightly more likely to hit a creature. I could have played Haka or the Augury Raven, but I want to get some more value if I am gonna Disdainful Stroke, sure. Sure. They don't have black mana, so I can probably play this, but then again, I can just play land and play both those anyway, so I'll just play it safe. Grinding a strange axe. I don't know what that means. Aw, man. So if I attack with everything, they go block, block, take 4. Block, take 4. Or they go block, block, go to 1. But they have to block this with that, presumably. I'm just going to attack all. Yep. So I traded the Craven Hulk to get them dead next turn if either of my flyers lives. I guess technically if they have blood on the snow, I get kind of dominated, but they have to have a second swamp to do that. Better to send everything. That could be... Getting them to 1 is pretty nice, because then either Raven kills them. Because otherwise, if they have a removal spell for my Raven, then they live another turn. Or I guess they'd have to have removal plus another ground blocker. Boom! We're in Diamond! Let's go! The rank up. Let's go. Hype. Exciting stuff. Very exciting. We did it, chat. Diamond is a very good song by Rihanna. It's on my playlist, actually. I have a playlist called Awesome Tunes, and so every song that I think of just goes onto the Awesome Tunes playlist. And I'm pretty sure Shine Bright Like a Diamond is... I'm pretty sure Diamonds is on that playlist. Rihanna intensifies. Rihanna, use Shine Bright Like a Diamond! I was just thinking of whenever I see something like intensifies or something, I kind of think of like Pokemon where it's like your Mudkip is confused or something like that. Something intensifies. Pikachu intensifies. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. I don't think that line is in the song. Out bright in the beautiful sea, I choose to be happy. That's how it goes. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, we'll keep this. We're not gonna jam the Haka. It's super effective. Triple finish. We could jam the Haka. I haven't played Haka yet. I will say Alrund has been much better than Cosima, mostly because I've been drawing the Alrund and not the Cosima. I could play this, or I could play this. I'm going to foretell, and I'm just going to play this. Okey doke. We're in great shape. They mulliganed, and this Ravager can deal 2 damage because this is a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. Every point of damage counts. Ah, the most rootless of yous. So I've got 2 instants. I've got 3, 4. Gotta be careful here. So we've used 2 instants, so we have 6 left. We used 4 creatures, so we have 9 left. View browser. Creature. Hold full control. We whiffed, and so we can put them on the bottom. Yep. Not great there. Hoping to hit a spell so I didn't get wrecked by struggle. Maybe I was supposed to name land for that reason. It says struggle for Skemfar kind of gets me there. I can just squash this bad boy. Bum ba da bum ba da ba da bum ba dum. I hate to do it, but I kind of have to. If they have Snakeskin Veil, it's not going to go well for me. They can get their Lindworm or whatever. Oh my gosh, no! What am I supposed to do? Well, I have a secret weapon. If I can sneak through for a little bit more damage, we can burn them out. Man. Okay, this might help. I kind of need my second squash. But hold could do good work. I think I'm going to get rid of the giant Craven Hulk as well. We are going to go to 1 life point. We are going to take the damage. Next turn, play Agar into Basalt Ravager, kill this. And it does... Ooh, no, we're not dead. Now they have a combat trick. Oh, we were totally dead no matter what there. You know how they say, NicolaiBolas picks his spots to lose. If I had lost right before that, I would have ranked down a little bit. Because I just got to Diamond, I've got this plateau from which I can rest. And I can afford to lose any number of times. That did not work out the way I was hoping. I needed Alrin to hit something. Maybe I was supposed to change my Alrin strategy, but I've kind of liked my Alrin strategy of just name a relevant spell type, because I already have enough lands to cast stuff. But if I named land, I would have been able to... I mean, they probably had that pump spell anyway, so they would have been able to pump their creature and then fight it. So, I am pretty okay with how that ended up going. The Snakeskin Veils. I always get wrecked by Snakeskin Veil. On the play, let's go. He waves his land around. Oh. Oh. Opponent, tough mulligan decision. The silence. The silence of waiting. Be careful of the deserve word, Gapio. Deserve is a very dangerous word when it comes to really anything. Deserve is a place where mental fortitude goes to die. I will play... I'm going to foretell this. I can always just hard cast Demon Bolt next turn. I don't need to cast this for a little bit. And I can either Behold or Demon Bolt something in play. I'm not going to Demon Bolt their 2/2. Well, now I will. Erect. No, don't do it. Ouch. That's a feels bad. We lost the previous game. They could equip this thing. That's okay by me. We'll take 5, and then we will Behold. I'm totally fine making this trade and then playing 2 Firewalkers. Gives me a lot of flexibility here coming up. I might want to be defensive, and then I'll get a double trade-off. Maybe get some value. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Intriguing. 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 I'm gonna attack. Activate. Cosima. Hmm. I guess I'll depart the Scald. I'd rather Glimpse, I think. Agar for sure. Okay, so we're in good shape again. Next turn we're going to kill the Stalwart Valkyrie. I think. We are going to be at 5, which is kind of bad. Not good. And then they can even replay the Master Scald again. Uh-oh. Okay, so we go Agar. Kill this thing. Dig for a Frostbite. That'll do. If it is a little slow. Because now we have enough Berserkers to kill it. So we go to 1. No! Oh, gosh. Feels bad. Turn off. 1 turn off. Maybe I was supposed to use my... Maybe I was supposed to be less aggressive with my Firewalker attack and just use my Depart the Realm on the token. I could have been totally correct. I did take a lot of damage from that. But then they still have the Master Scald, and so that combined with the rune is like a 6/6 trampler that I have to deal with. Assuming they had the rune. Maybe they didn't, but maybe I was supposed to just bounce the token. Exactly. It's like once you get to the safety, you're just kind of like chilling. Huh. I'm sure I could have done some stuff differently that game. I could have demon bolted the air creatures sooner, I think. Instead of demon bolting a Clarion Spirit, I could have demon bolted the sky creature. Because I was pretty sure I was going to squash it, but then I ended up drawing cards instead. If I had squashed it instead of drawing cards, I would have been in better shape by a lot. Sure, we'll keep this. But that's the risk sometimes. You go for the card draw spell, give yourself more options, and then it's not what you expected or needed. I could have definitely won. I could have definitely come closer to winning that, I think, if I had just killed the flyer earlier. I think the only way I would have really lost that game is to flyers, and then I just, like, totally lost sight of that. Classic distraction tactics. Okie-doke. I'm going to foretell this. Next turn I can play Immersturm and Frostbite something. I'm probably going to discard Depart the Realm. This is working out nicely. But yeah, I think I could have won that game if I'd played a little bit better. I will say I have multiple modes of quality of gameplay, and that was not my highest mode. I'm fine trading this for either of their creatures. I can always just play Haka as well. Oh, they're playing elves. The elves are coming. Oh, and they can cast it too. That's cute. They've got their mana dorks all set up. Oh, they're foretelling instead. Okay. We're gonna play this. I'm just gonna get another Demon Bolt. There was a squash as well, but I think we're okay with this. So we have them on a 5-turn clock. Wow, nice. Okay, I wonder what this is. It's not Packmate. I'm going to do this now. I do want to use the mana, and I also want to make sure they don't draw Snakeskin Veil off of that draw step. Crush the Weak would be glorious here. That is true. Certainly willing to make that trade. I think we're in pretty good shape here, honestly. Sending in Haka. That's just another flyer / blocker. It could be struggle. You can equip this, but I don't see why I would care. The Whispering Raven cannot be defeated by a mere berserker. They've been functioning remarkably well on 3 lands. Hard to say. The computer could have disconnected or something. But in the meantime, we're just chilling, which means we have a lot of time to anticipate whether or not we're going to be able to beat the final boss. We're going to be 6-2 after starting 5-0. He temporarily loses focus. I mean, I'm not going to judge the opponent. Everyone responds to anger differently. And sometimes things come up at strange moments, serendipitously. Maybe they have some spaghetti that started to boil over, and they're going to come back and blow me out with snakeskin veil. You never know. I think they just have a bunch of timeouts, maybe. Am I disconnected? Maybe I DC'd? How can I tell if I DC'd? Just restart the client? Okay. Well, I'm going to be kind of disappointed if I lose that game, because I was pretty favored. Gotta be said. I've got time. I just think of The Incredibles whenever I hear that phrase. Don't you have somewhere to be? I've got time. Yeah, it's definitely my fault that I lost the game, clearly. Has nothing to do with the game crashing. What? What? I was about to win that game. Come on. Come on. Well, that was unfortunate. I was totally going to win that game. It doesn't even count as a game? What the heck? It makes no sense. It does not make a sense. Ooh, Crush the Week could be good here. Crush the Week could be very good. I mean, I know they reimburse. I'm not like... it's more so inconvenient slash not as fun when you have to do that sort of thing. Also, I'm probably going to get the wins anyway, so it's not going to matter. Okay, I'm going to foretell this card. You might be like, but why wouldn't you foretell that on turn 3? Or do something? I just want to make sure I hit my land drop so I can jam this Alrund. Oh, yes. Oh, it's tough. I think I have to take the land that I can get, though. I hope they don't have an augmenter or something. I just hope they play another creature that dies to this. If they play anything that dies to it, I'm just going to take my 2-for-1 and move on. Well, that's not going to die to it. Okay, we'll do it like this for now. Blocks. I would like to squash this. If I draw a land, I can go Ravager into squash. Oh, yeah. Or I can go Kinseekers into squash. They have snakes. Of course they have snakeskin veil. What am I even doing? Obviously they have snakeskin veil. Why wouldn't they have the card that always hoses me every time? I can never beat that card. It's absurd. It's always because they like... I only ever see the card when it's good, and I never see it when it's like sitting in their hand doing nothing. But like, gosh, it's so irritating. I always run up against it. It's like, come on. And they have this stupid Raven Wings that they can equip their creature. Oh, gosh. Totally dead. This is a bird. So I could do 2 to something. I don't have enough blue man on my amigo. Yep. And I have to draw Depart the Realm. Or another burn spell. I think I've been wrecked by this card twice today. Or it was kind of good against me twice today. This was a really good draw. We're back in it. We're back in it, chat. We're back in it, as they say. Why did they hold up double white with this? Maybe it's the double strike card. Sure. Come at me, bro. What do you got? Obviously, it's a combat trick. Oh my gosh. It's impossible. Jeez Louise. So I need to hold this guy back to chump there. If I attack with these two, they'll go block, block, and... Maybe if I had attacked with this, they would have go block, block, and they take... No, they're not dead. And this way, if I top deck Depart the Realm when they draw nothing, I can win? I don't know. Oh, sure. They have Trample Rune. Why wouldn't they have Trample Rune? Oh, no, it's Lifelink Rune. Yikes. Well, feels bad. It feels bad when they just always have it. But, you know. Ugh. Whew. That was a tough one. Tough loss, as they say. Was there a turn where they didn't have Snakeskin Veil, where they didn't have Snakeskin Veil up, where I could have squashed it? No, I don't think so, because I think I drew the squash the other turn. Huh. That's a little bit tough. Real tough, as they say. It feels bad to go from 5-0 to 5-3, but to be fair, I was going to be 6-3. So, it happens, I guess. It certainly happens. I don't know how to send the log to Wizards. I'm not 100% sure on that. Report a bug, probably in there. Capture log. Oh, and that goes into there. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Well, I know how to do that, at least. I can at least tell them that. Yeah, they've always been chill in the past when this sort of thing happens. I can just let them know that there's a video of it. Overall, the deck performed really well. We managed to get 5 wins in a row to get into Diamond, which is pretty excellent stuff. And our cards all did pretty well. I will say, I think that they all kind of had a nice roll. The Scorn Effigy was not great, but it was okay. It blocked some stuff, which is kind of exactly what I put it in the deck for. It might have been better as a Drag or Thought Thief, but the kind of point was that it wouldn't die to Crush the Weak, and it gave me something to do on turn 2. But I had a decent number of things to do on turn 2, so that was kind of a close call on that one. You can also, if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon so you get notified when I post future videos, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And if you made it all the way to the end, leave hashtag Blue Gods, because we had both of the Blue Gods in this draft, and they performed quite well. We only got to use Cosima once, but it drew us 3 cards. And then we had Alrund, and he was like an absolute stud all the time. Agar was also great. I mean, this deck was overall a blast to play, very powerful, and got us all the way into Diamond, which is pretty awesome stuff. That is going to do it for this draft, though. If you would like to support my content, remember you can do so via the Patreon or via channel memberships if you would rather just do it on YouTube. You can also find the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas if you would like to support. If you would like to check that out. You can also find my articles, the NicolaiBolas Discord, linked in the description and pinned comment below. That is going to do it for this draft video, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.